Okay, so we got dollar yen here. Did exactly what I said, but I missed the entire thing because it was out of session. Holy man. So it breaks this 1 hour structure point and then just falls right through. And the crazy thing is, so I put this yesterday, I put this up, this little trade marker, I guess. Never took no trade, obviously. Never came. I never got an entry. I wasn't in front of my computer, nothing like that. But I just put this up as like an area where I'd probably like to take a trade, and it actually would have played out perfect. Would have hit a 1 to 23, hit this 1 hour imbalance. That was my target between this 50% and this 618 position. So this trade, if I would have had an entry and would have been on my computer, I'm not busy yesterday. So a lot of factors had to come into play that obviously were not there. But yeah, this trade that I marked up played out perfectly, 1 to 23. And if I would have held it, which I mean I wouldn't have, because there's just too many imbalances in here, and I would have already been up 1 to 23, but would have done a 1 to 40. So I might actually adjust, because I always use a 5 pip stop, and it works pretty well most of the time, but I might increase my stop to closer to 10 pips. So I think I get stopped out a lot by a few pips, and I don't need a 1 to 40, right? I'm happy with a 1 to 20 if I get them more often, so, or 1 to 10 or whatever, right? So good to keep in mind. So now dollar yen did exactly what I said. I took those 3 losses early in the week. Um, and if I would have just waited till, I think it would have been the end of New York on Monday. Yes. So towards the end of New York session, actually, it wasn't even quite. Yeah, well, I would say the end of New York session would have been right here. And that's where structure really started to shift. And then it slowly came down, came up, filled this 1 hour imbalance, and then just took off. So Um, I was just really early with these 3 entries, but as you can see, there was one here, one here, one here, and so yeah, just early, not even a ton early, but just kind of how it was. So these all got filled now. This is actually probably a buy now, to be honest. I'm not going to take it because I know there's other opportunities in the market that I looked at earlier. So filled all these imbalances, filled this massive one, like I said, came down, filled this little tiny 5 minute one, this 5 minute one, and now look at this 4 hour, which there was a gap here. And what did I say? I said price is going to fill this gap. And what did it do? Came down, filled this gap. This was the Sunday night open. So I guess it would have been like Monday, Australia time. And price opened, gapped, and so this needed a fill. There's people in here that wanted to buy it, never got the opportunity, so now they got to buy. So we probably will get some sort of retracement now in this price leg. Nothing as of right now that I'm interested in. There's other opportunities that are better, but I can delete this. Oh, and then if we just look at this 4 hour structure here, look how beautiful this is. It just comes in, taps this imbalance. If we do something like this, we just look at this 4 hour price leg. Can't make this up. You can look at my other live streams. I always talk about this. So this 4 hour imbalance, right in between, we can delete this one, right in between this 50% 618 marker. So high probability price comes back into here. And then if it wants to retrace a little bit deeper, it'll go into here. So basically this already did its weekly move. It's only Wednesday morning, but this gapped, did its weekly move in a day, and retraced the next day. And so now we'll retrace most likely this between the 50% 618 of this price leg, get a lower high between here and here, and then maybe come down and fill these other imbalances because there's a bunch here. So some big 4 hours down here. So that's dollar yen. Don't want to take any opportunities with this one. I think there's other trades here. So the S&P 500, which was, I expected dollar yen and the S&P 500. If you watched the Monday stream, I said they're both going to tank, and dollar yen did it. So hopefully S&P 500 goes to follow. You can see it made its high. It's got some wicks now in the same area here. New York's not open for another 22 minutes technically, but this is looking really good. And another crazy thing, I don't know when I would have drawn this. Tuesday at 1 would have been yesterday. No, I would have. So I drew this trade setup around this time. So price had not come up this high, but I just said somewhere in this area I would take a trade. If I just drag this over, technically, I don't know if the broker would have. I mean, there was no break of structure. There was no actual entry in this, but just this markup, similar to the one I did on this one here with dollar yen, played out perfect, 1 to 40. I marked up this one. You could see on Tuesday's stream yesterday. I just put this marker here just to see, like, when price gets in this area, I'd look for a trade. But technically, if I would have just actually taken this trade as is, without following my entry criteria and anything, but just like place this, I think I would have been tapped in, and I think I'd already be up. But that's not what we actually want. So I did anticipate this coming up a little bit higher, but we do have some resistance so far. So we created a 1 hour swing low here, right at this 8 hour imbalance here. So, oh, sorry, this is the 8 hour imbalance that price is currently in. There's another one here though. I will mark up, pretty big boy there, and one way down here. So you can see these candles are weakening a little bit as of right now. These are technically out of session candles. So this would be London's candle closing right now, Asia's candle, and New York's candle yesterday. They are getting weaker. So, and it's in this massive 8 hour imbalance here. So I do think it's going to sell off, and there's a good chance it's this morning. So I'm going to move this to number 1, my daily focus here. There should be a pretty high risk to reward ratio in this trade. So if we look at so on average it was 242 points a week. On average it was 295. We're at 242. So I would have liked it to come a little bit higher, and it still might. So I might be a little premature with this. Let me just see if there's any crazy news. What are we, May 14th? Oh, why it's not loading here. May 14th. So we got some US news, nothing serious though. So that's good. Yeah, so ideally breaks this 1 hour. If we want to be really conservative, something like this, a break of this 1 hour structure point. This I can delete because I know that we're currently in this 8 hour structure, or this 8 hour imbalance. So we're going to wait for something. We're going to wait for price to shift here. Now, the good thing with the S&P 500 is once it starts to move, it generally moves really quick and without a lot of pullbacks or any sort of like retracements during session anyways, during the same session. So let's mark up these imbalances and just see if price has filled them all already towards the higher levels first. So we got those 30 minutes. There's no imbalances in here. If there was, they're filled now with this section. So we kind of pretty much have a double top here, I think, between this segment and this segment. So currently filling this 15-minute imbalance. We have a 5-minute right here. I would like price to fill. And then I might be a little aggressive with this. I think we gotta move this over. So our main target is gonna be, I think it'll come even lower. We got this gap too here, remember how this gapped on Sunday night? So we have this big gap here that might get filled. So that's a ton of potential, obviously. We got a few 1 hour candles here really struggling. I don't know if, yeah, got like an order block here that kind of got filled. So this looks pretty good. You do have somewhat still bull structure. So you got lower high and then came down, created a higher high. So still a little bit of bull structure within this. But since, let's see, 11:30 yesterday, so like mid New York session, it's been consolidating. So Asia didn't buy it up, London didn't buy it up. So kind of good. This 4 hour candle is pretty bullish. So I'm going to look for a break of structure. Now I got to decide. I mean, 1 hour would be real conservative. But perhaps we get something else like a 15, maybe a 5. Maybe we get, if the price comes up, fills this 5-minute imbalance, comes down, fills this 5, then if it starts making lower highs and lower highs and lower lows, then this might be good to go. So, but I'm going to mark this so that I can see. I think there might be a better position in the market actually on a different pair. So, but we'll keep this in mind. We're going to watch this. I want to see what this does. If this creates a 15-minute swing low here and breaks it in the next little bit, then I would be very interested in that. So we can do something like this. Even if we just move this here for now. Pretty aggressive, but we're not going to set an entry. We're just going to mark this up. Okay, so price did fill this imbalance now. Might retest this area. It's one of those things that, especially heading into New York session with the S&P 500, theoretically, if price doesn't break through this area, this like early on in the session, it's probably breaking lower. So I don't need a ton of confirmation to the downside here to enter a short position, because I kind of already know. Again, it can always change, but there's just there's a lot of rejection in this area. So if it doesn't come in with just momentum to bust this, then it's kind of, it already created a 5-minute lower low here during session. So it creates a lower low here, fills this imbalance. It looks like it's struggling. So retested this area 1, 2, 3, 4 times already. So kind of looks like it wants to head down. So as of right now, this is kind of just a half-ass entry, I guess. This is my 1 to 10, puts me to where all these imbalances are, so that's really nice. I mean, this is only not even close to the 38% retracement for the week. So very, very probable trade here, like during the session. Could always drag this down further if it keeps going. So there's a ton of profit in here. Because if we get a 50% retracement for the week, again, it's only Wednesday, and this could still head a little bit higher, but a 50% retracement for the week would put us way down here. So that is the potential for the week. Don't think that's the potential for today, but it is for the week. So keep that in mind. I'd be happy with a 1 to 10 today, though, if I could get it. So we're just going to keep this all marked up. I'm going to set an alert here when price, come on. Shouldn't want to pop up. Refresh it. It's not letting me do my alerts. Why is it putting... It's just setting alerts here. Give me the option to set... Not letting me adjust my alerts here. Okay, when price, what do we want? When a new swing low is formed on the 15-minute, actually no. The 5-minute. Oh. So a new swing low has been on the 5-minute, let me know. So we can see this is already rejecting this, filled this 5-minute imbalance, which is probably a 50% retracement. Yeah, perfect, of this leg here. So it made a lower low, came up, 50% retracement. So like this looks really healthy already. Might have to watch this pretty close because this could be ready already. But the other thing I was looking at is Aussie CAD here. I had talked about this on Monday because it moved really well on Monday here. No, Tuesday too. Monday and Tuesday. So it's pretty much done its weekly range, and you can see it's really struggling now. Filled this 1 hour imbalance right here. And now let's just see, I think we have a 15 here, yep. So I'd like this 15-minute filled. And then probably be good to short. We'll leave that 15. We'll put a 5 here though. So you can see it's retesting this, these swing lows here. You know, 1 hour there, 1 hour here, lots of imbalances to fill. If we look at a retracement for the week, this is the low for the week. Let's say this is the high. Yeah, I might even get an over retracement to this 1 hour swing low. This nice resistance zone here. You can see all these daily wicks. So that looks really nice. This 5-minute here. I'd probably just let this keep coming up like it is right now. I'm just seeing once we get more volume in the markets, if it comes and fills these positions, and then I'd be definitely looking for a trade. If it fills these and then starts to struggle, and then fills these and then shifts structure up in this area, I think would be a really good trade because it's still rejecting this down, this these swing lows pretty well. So so this is my number 2. S&P is my number 1. We're gonna watch this really close the next little bit here. I gotta run to the bathroom. Be right back. right, back, gotta grab coffee. Yeah, so I think S&P 500 is my number one. So we'll leave that. Let's just see what else moved. Aussie yen moved the most downwards. Couple things I wanted to look at. So we'll look at Aussie yen because it moves so much, and then we'll look at gold because gold has moved a ton too. So we'll look at Aussie yen first. Why this is here. Clean all these up here. So Aussie yen, similar to Aussie CAD, gapped here. So probably get filled. The gap is technically right here from the close to here. So this gap never got filled yet. So most likely price will come down and fill this gap. You can see we've had, even though we haven't broke, I'll mark this up here. We haven't broke this 1 hour swing yet. It's filling all these imbalances, currently filling this one. And then we'll most likely come back up to this one and fill it. And this will be our new lower high here before it descends back and probably fills this gap. Because as far as the day goes, let's see, let this load. So on average, it moves 121 pips a day, and it's moved 118. So pretty much at its daily movement, and because it's sitting in these imbalances here, nothing on the 4 hour here. Let's see. Oh, so this is actually a 4 hour imbalance, which makes it even more significant. So yeah, most likely price will come back up to here probably today. It decides to retrace this session. So not a trade I really want to take, but keep it in mind. We'll watch that in case nothing else comes up. I think gold has moved. Let's see on the week here. It's pretty close to its weekly range, and it's hitting a weekly imbalance here. So a weekly imbalance, and then I can't see what this other one is. There's a 1 hour here and a 4 hour. So a ton of imbalances in here that it just filled, and it moved its full daily range already. It's about $85 and it's at 82 for the day. So I could see gold retracing heavily this session. For the day, we'll clean all these up here. Again, massive gap here. This will get filled. Probably not this session, but I would say by the end of the week, this is probably filled. If we look at where this came from, so if we look at, here's the, this is the close for Friday, so we have to consider that. Let's just say they didn't gap. This would be the open. So this entire segment of price is technically the movement for the week. So you can see, doesn't matter. Yeah, it'll be right here. So this 1 hour imbalance is very small, but it's still a 1 hour, so it's very significant. Right in between this 50% 618 level, I could definitely see price coming back up here and filling this. So for the week, I think it's done its weekly move. It might push down a little bit more, but again, it's hitting this weekly, this 4 hour, and this 1 hour imbalance right now. So the amount of buyers in here is ridiculous. And then you have a 1 hour and a 4 hour right here. So if it does go down any further, it would only be to like here. That's here for the end of the week. So this 1 hour imbalance is before this higher one. So we'll mark that. There's one way up here too, above this gap. So then I think gold overall has hit its kind of high for at least a while. Let's see, where did I see it? I've seen it before. I don't know if these will highlight here. Come on. The daily imbalance here, really important. That'll probably be the next swing high. So you can see this is really good, really important. So you got a swing high here, daily swing high, comes down, creates a swing low, comes higher, lower swing high, So most likely these imbalances, I mean, they'll get, gold is pretty bullish. Like it's kind of always been bullish long term. Don't really lose money buying gold, but these imbalances will probably not get filled anytime soon because it's already established a lower swing high. So what'll most likely happen, oh, there's another daily imbalance here. What'll most likely happen, guys, and like this might take the rest of this week and next week, but price will come up, fill this a daily imbalance, fill this gap, maybe come a little bit higher, fill this daily imbalance, and I don't know why this is not a daily imbalance anymore. Is this old? Oh, it's just marked wrong. It's a 1 hour. I don't think it's a, yeah, so it's just 1 hour. So price will come up, fill this daily imbalance, and that'll be the new swing high, which is lower than this one. And then I think it'll just keep trickling down until it finds its new low, which, I mean, that's really tough to say because there's a ton of imbalances here, but I don't know. I don't know how low gold could go. There's a gap here. I mean, I don't know if it'll ever be back in the 20. I don't know, like 2600. I don't think it'll ever come back to, but maybe. I definitely wouldn't be looking to short gold yet. I'd wait for it to come back up here, especially because it's hitting all these imbalances. There's a ton of buyers in here, right? So let these fill. If we just look at this segment of price, I want a very valid segment of price. So this is one right here. So if we grab this, we just see, you can see price came down right in this 50% 618 level here. So now it'll try to head higher, but I don't think it'll make it. Maybe. I mean, maybe inflation is through the roof and it'll just keep going, but I don't think so. So I think it'll come a little bit lower. And then if there's a better, so this is actually probably pretty good here. So I could see gold coming down to, and I think this is very, very, very valid. I could see gold coming down to right around the $3,000 mark. There's big imbalances here. I mean, this monthly imbalance here and this daily is very, but this is perfect. So I'm going to actually leave this up, this fib, so I can keep it in mind. So, I mean, there's a potential gold trade. Depends on how long-term of a trader you are, but either when price fills this imbalance or this daily, this 1 hour up here. Let's say it's this daily. This is what your trade would look like. Obviously, set your stop appropriately, but it would be something like this, either targeting this 4 hour or this monthly. I think the monthly, there's nothing more significant than a monthly imbalance, so you can actually see it on the chart here. Maybe there's no monthly imbalance. I marked it, but is there no imbalance? Oh, you can see just so tiny. There is a monthly imbalance. So between this wick and this wick, there's the tiniest amount of price, but it's still significant. So that would be a, all the way down to that monthly would be between the 50% 618. There's a ton of other imbalances in here. So I could definitely see gold coming down right around to the $3,000 mark. Between 2,900 and 3,000, I think, is the perfect position later on. So it looks like something like this. So I think we have a buy up to here and then a sell downwards. I don't know if it'll do this in one move because there's other imbalances here, the daily here. So this might be multiple legs of price. This might take an entire month. So I think like how much gold moves about, I think 180 a month. Oh no, it's at 260. I don't know if it'll continue to move $260 a month, but let's just say it does. This is 390, so this is like a month and a half, 2 months worth of price movement here. So that is definitely a long-term play with gold. But yeah, we're gonna go back and check our S&P 500, how we're doing here. See if it's gonna continue to break higher. No, this is good. It looks like it's this hour candle. New York did open 8 minutes ago, so the fact that a ton of bull momentum came in, but now it's selling off is a good sign. We don't have our 5 minute candle here. I wonder why. 1, 2, 3, 4. We might get it here though. Oh, we do got it. Okay. So yeah, I'm just waiting for price to shift structure here, and then I'm gonna jump in on this trade. Check back on these just for fun. Dollar yen looks like it wants to go down even further. Maybe just fill this gap a little bit more. Aussie CAD. Should set something up for this. Set an alert here if price hits this 15. Then I'd consider something here. So we'll keep that in mind. That's my number 2. I can just move these. I'm not interested in these. I think USD CAD is probably a good buy. Oh no, it's already started to move. It was a good buy. So yeah, big shift of structure in USD CAD. I don't know why it's taking so long to load today. Pretty annoying. Yeah, so focus is really just the S&P 500 right now. We have to redeem ourselves for those 3 losses we took at the start of the week. This is selling off nice. Filled this imbalance here. I'm going to get my trade ready. Decide what we want to risk here. All right. S&P 500. Let's decide. I think I'm going to be a little aggressive with this because so what happened here, price came up, retested this swing high, which it's been struggling with, and this area, heavily selling off. It's already filled this 50-minute imbalance. So if price breaks below this little swing here, it should be good to go at least till this 30-minute. How big is this 30-minute? Not big at all. I already tell. It's like right here. So this is not a big 30-minute. I don't know why this is taking so long to load today. There we go. So we got a tiny little 30-minute. This is a bigger 30-minute, but at this point, we've already broken this 1 hour, and it's far enough for my entry, so I'm okay with that. There's no imbalances up top here that I'm concerned about, I don't think. Not even on the 1 minute. This is a really healthy price. It's all been filled. So that looks really good. This overall looks really, really good. We have a very clean 1 to 10 for the day. So I'm going to put this in. We'll adjust it accordingly, but we'll get this all set up. So 58.90, 20 is my entry. My stop is 58.95, 20. My take profit right now will be 58.40, 20. Make sure my lot size is correct. It is. Gotta redo this. 58.90, 20. My entry. Delete these alerts. Okay. Trade one set. Trade entry set. We got some consolidation right here. I would say this is, this is pre-New York, but so far New York session is just consolidating a little bit. We had it open 15 minutes ago. Nothing, no big spikes or anything. So that's good. No big concerns there. Price selling off a little bit. Normally I like to enter on a 1 minute break of structure, but I think I'm going to just keep this 5. It's far enough below these ones that I shouldn't get dragged into anything I don't want to be in. It's not creating any imbalances here, so it doesn't worry me. Although I hope this candle alone doesn't drag me, and I hope it pulls back. Oh man, she's moving good. And there's a 5-minute imbalance here that might screw me as soon as I enter. I'll mark this. Okay, I want this to pull up. I don't want to hit it. Okay, we're dragged in. Okay, we're in. I don't love it because there's a big 5-minute imbalance here, so there's going to be buyers in here that might push it up, push me out, but we're in. So far, we're in. Hopefully, I wanted to pull back up before it entered, but it already entered, so now hopefully it doesn't pull back up. But it looks like it is because it's at that nice imbalance. It's most likely going to pull up here, but hopefully it's not too much. There's an area of resistance here I can see right here. So see, price tested, came up, tested, broke above, now broke below. So ideally this area saves me from a pullback. Looks like we are getting some selling momentum in the market, so I'm happy about that. Really good so far. Oh, I didn't risk enough on this trade. That's okay, because I might lose this first one, so I can risk a little bit more on the next one. Oh, see, I told you, man, it's pulling back. There's buyers in here. How's this look on a 1 minute? It would have been a little bit better if I would have entered on this candle, this 1 minute break of structure. A little bit better entry, higher stop, but hey, I mean, it's pushing good. Halfway through this 5-minute candle and pushing deep into the zone, so didn't get bought up right away as soon as it hit it, so that's nice. Might push to this 30-minute, then get bought up. Which I'm fine. If it gets bought up here and comes up and just takes its time in here, no problem. But okay, so far so good. Obviously need this 1 hour. This is going to be the big determining factor. If price breaks this 1 hour swing low, probably going to test it, come back up. Just hopefully it doesn't come back up too much. Okay, so it's going good. We hit this 30-minute imbalance, just tiny, but this is somewhat concerning because this big ass candle now has created a 5-minute imbalance. Well, it will once it closes. But I mean, we have good momentum. Okay, I'm okay with this. Just keep going. I did not expect this much momentum through here, but so far so good. It's only been not even 4 minutes, and we're up a 1 to 2.3. We'll see how this candle closes, and we'll see how the next few 1 minute candles close. I might move this to break even, but which I don't like doing because there's a good chance this comes back and just takes me out at my entry and doesn't come on any higher than this. A tiny little 1 minute imbalance here right at my entry, so it might come up, fill this 1 minute imbalance, then continue down, and that'll really piss me off. So it might be worth staying in this trade regardless, not moving the stop to break even, just letting it play out. We're up pretty good though. It's about to test that 1 hour swing low. We're up the total, we're up 2.3 here. So you got a good entry on SP 500, awesome. I did get a good entry, but I'm just worried about this coming back and retest, or like, well, retesting this area. And even if you just look at like a retracement, I mean, this is prime for retracing, so it's right at my entry, so I can't really move my stop to break even because there's a good chance price is going to come back to my break even. So I have to just kind of take it to the chin. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out with the loss. But in order for me to stay in this trade appropriately, I can't move this to break even. But so far it's looking good, so I'm happy with that. We got multiple touches of this area, so heavy wicks. So like this 30-minute candle will close in 9 minutes here, and if this closes pretty solid, I'd be really happy. Like, so as far as New York session goes and this area overall, we have good selling momentum from. Obviously, we have these big ass imbalances we're gonna have to overcome this session, but yeah, so far so good. Big 15-minute candle. Let's see, did this 5-1 close now? Yeah, so our big candle here closed. Look how much price respects imbalances though. This tiny little 30-minute got bought up. So but now we have this big 5-minute imbalance here, which is above my entry but below my stop. So price might come back up. You know, you got this 5-minute imbalance right between this 50% 618 retracement of this leg of price. So like the chance of this coming back, very high. As you can tell, it's already doing it. So hopefully it comes back, fills this 5-minute imbalance, and then I don't have to worry about it, and then heads back lower. Hopefully it doesn't stop me out here. That would really suck. But my stop is technically more than half of this imbalance, so that's a good sign. I think I have like a 0.8 spread, so I can technically, it could come down, it could come up to like right here. I'd be okay. So let's just hope. Let's hope I don't get stopped out here. And if I do, we'll just look for another entry. But at least my analysis is somewhat confirmed right now that price is going to sell off in this area and it's done moving for the week. Again, that could change at any point, especially in the next 8 minutes. If this decides, but influx of volume comes in, they could decide we're going to buy this now and take it. This 4-hour imbalance and the full weekly range, which is higher up here, so it's still a possibility, but as of right now, we're good. Price just filled this imbalance, getting bought up, doing its thing, retracing, right? Had this nice leg downwards, broke this 5-minute swing high. Now it just probably wants to retrace, right? A normal 50% 618 retracement, this nice 5-minute imbalance here that needs to be filled. This one we can delete. This 5-minute candle, it's been pretty weak so far, so that's a good sign. Maybe it won't come all the way back up. See, it's selling off again, so that's a good sign. Happy about that. But I mean, at some point we're gonna get a retrace here. So probably between this 1 hour swing low and this 30-minute imbalance, which I think is huge. Yeah, it's massive here. So we're gonna get a retrace. We just have to see if we can manage through it as price tests this swing low and this 30-minute imbalance. Yes, 1 minute chart here is showing some consolidation, especially as it gets lower here. Really like to hit a 1 to 10 this morning. What was your analysis for the S&P 500? Another 5-minute imbalance. This is a really good sign because now I don't have to rely on price coming up to this 5-minute imbalance to grab sellers. I can rely on them coming up to here. They might be able to grab enough sellers here. So great sign, great sign. The fact that this candle was weak, the fact that this candle is engulfing it, all good signs so far. Still going to keep my stop where it is. I'm not going to move it to break even, but this is a nice safety net right here. And then technically, if price decides to retrace now, hits this 5-minute imbalance, gets filled, and struggles with it, that completes a 38% retracement, which signals that it's trending. So if it doesn't come deep enough, like if it doesn't come between the 50% 618 and it only hits the 38, that shows the trend is really strong. So that would be an excellent sign. But I mean, I'm happy if it just keeps moving down. I don't need it to come back up here. I don't need I don't need to grab more sellers up here. If it doesn't need to, I need it to just keep going down. But I mean, it's more than likely going to need to come back up and grab some sellers here because there's this 1 hour swing low and this 30-minute imbalance. So there's a ton of buyers right here. So because there's so many buyers here, we're going to need more sellers and we're going to have to come back up here and grab them. But we've got 3 minutes left on this 30-minute candle. So if this closes like this, great sign. Great sign. And then, yeah, depending on how this moves this session, I mean, I might just hold it too, right? There's still so much potential to go further down. There's this entire gap to fill, so. And, oh, another great sign, guys. This is huge. Need to grab a marker here. Grab them from a different chart. Don't have any here. There we go. It's right here. Super good sign here. So on average, this the S&P moves 92 points a day. It's currently only at 28. So if we go like this, and that 98 will come higher as today moves, but so you're looking at probably 110. It's really safe. So we'll adjust this, put it like this, 5,900 we'll say, and 5790 gives us our 110. So this is actually the daily range for the S&P 500 right now. So if this is the high for the day up here, great sign. And I just wanted to show you something quick here. So this daily candle very weak as of right now. Obviously, it's still early in the session, but there's 4 and 5? There's technically 9 hours left in the session, but so far this daily candle looks really great, and this weekly range is fantastic. So, or this daily range. Sorry, I think I said weekly. This daily range here. I mean, this has the potential just this session to come all the way down here and fill this imbalance, or at least these two, right? So like a very conservative daily range would be like right here. That's only 77 points. It, on average, is already doing over 100. So this could hit a 1 to 15 today very reasonably. So I'm going to keep that in mind if this starts moving. And then we just have to battle. Oh, see, it's pulling back. Let's see. Okay, fill this 5 minute, but don't go any further, please. That would be great. See how fast price can switch, right? Like we were going so good. We had all the momentum. This candle looked great. This candle actually looked great too. And then all of a sudden it just decides to switch. So delete this alert. I don't need it. Okay, so we filled this 5 minute imbalance here. Retesting this previous swing low. And we got some selling momentum back. Okay, that's a good sign. Keep going. So this 38.2 retracement, if price doesn't go any higher than this now, that retracement would be complete. And then we would be likely to have this should be the next leg of price down to here, 27.2 extension, which would be deep into this 30-minute imbalance past this 1 hour swing low. So this should be our next price leg. With this between 8 and 9 o'clock, we'll get a new 1 hour candle here. This is technically a new 1 hour candle. How this 30-minute close? Yeah, so this 30-minute got bought up towards the end, obviously. So not as great as it started, but yeah, kind of is what it is. Nothing you can really do once you're in the trade. Let it do its thing. Getting bought up again, so I might want to head a little bit higher to grab some more sellers from this 5 minute here and a deeper retracement. So I'm okay with that too, as long as it doesn't go any higher than this, because that'll stop me out. But so this 1 minute structure here, pretty much just consolidating, but there's a little bit of it's pretty much just consolidating, but there's a little bit of bull momentum. You can see higher high, came down, didn't break the low, higher high. So, well, swing high and then higher high. So we got this little baby 1 minute imbalance. I'm going to mark this out so it makes me feel better. If price comes up a little bit, I could just say it's filling this imbalance. One minute. So yeah, we got to get a little bit of retracement out here, a little bit of consolidation, let that happen. And then hopefully she just wants to move to the downside. Ton of potential in this trade, so I'd be super happy with a 1 to 10 today. Could definitely get a 1 to 15 out of the day. And then, I mean, weekly, like for the rest of the week, because remember, it's only Wednesday. I mean, if it decides it wants to fill this gap this week, well, I mean, you're looking at a 1 to 35 right now with our entry. So it just comes down to how disciplined I want to be managing my psychology now that I'm in the trade. You know, it's easy in hindsight if by Friday price comes all the way down and fills this gap, but you know, I have to go to bed tonight, tomorrow night, through all of this. So, making a 1 to 35 is obviously really nice, but you don't need to make a 1 to 35. It's kind of pretty aggressive. So, but yeah, I mean, there's been many times where this exact setup happens. I close at my 1 to 10 or, 1 to 5. And then if I would have just waited the rest of the week or whatever, it would have been a 1 to 25, 1 to 30. So it's hard to hold your trade through that, right? Because it could reverse at any time. And I mean, ideally, you want to get out of a trade and then use those winnings to compound the next one. So rather than just hold a 1 to 30, 3 1 to 10s is better if you can compound them in a row. So, but yeah. So it seems to be struggling in this area. It's 5-minute imbalance, which would have been this 5-minute imbalance started here. So it looks something like this. So it's really still just in this 5-minute imbalance filling it. So still looks okay. Not super concerned. But now we have this heavy wick area. That price is going to need to break. So it's kind of, unfortunately, it's created a area of resistance, which is higher than this 1 hour swing low and quite a bit higher than this 30-minute balance. So we have basically this whole area here that we're going to really have to struggle with breaking. Hopefully it makes it. All we can do is just hope and pray now. Yeah, it is what it is. Structure still looks good though, right? We got this 5-minute imbalance, somewhat of a safety net. It's about halfway through my stop. So hopefully if it decides it needs to come up here and grab more sellers and retest this area, hopefully it does it gently and doesn't blow through it and stop me out. Okay, we got some good selling momentum here. This is nice. Okay, I'm going to delete this 5-minute imbalance. It's been filled. This 1 minute never did though. I'm not concerned. This 1 minute imbalance does not need to fill. Make me happy. If this just keeps going lower, that'll make me much happier. Oh, see, it's struggling. I said that. This area here now. I'm watching the S&P 500 so much more intense than the other like currency pairs and stuff, because it's just minute by minute can change direction so fast until the trend actually gets established. Then it goes solid. But because I've had 1 to 10 risk reward trades closing like 7 to 10 minutes sometimes. So, but not today. Today's a bit of a battle. Just letting this consolidate in its area. Edit this trade entered. Oh, it sucks. Like this candle was so nice, and then it just boom got bought up. So yeah, definitely struggling in this area. It might need a deeper retrace. Fill this 1 minute imbalance. Retest this 1 minute swing high. Might need to go a little bit higher. Grab some sellers at this 5-minute. Ideally, it doesn't come that high because it's too close to my stop. But she's pushing, boys. Oof. don't think it filled because I didn't get an alert. It's pretty close. I had hit 92.10. I'm at 92.12, so technically didn't fill yet. Oh, it's a big bull candle, man. Hopefully she comes. If she hits here, it's gentle. The good thing with the S&P 500 though, and the indices is that really low spreads, really low spreads. So my stop is pretty small, so can't really afford it to come up much more. Okay, so we officially got our 50% retracement at 58.91.12 here. It is selling off. Okay. It technically never filled this imbalance. Very close. Could not have come any closer, but we got some sell-off here, so that's good. Got us away from our stop. See, like I had said, if I moved this to break even before, I probably would have been stopped out at break even, and that would have happened. So if I do win this trade, I'm glad I didn't move it to break even. If I lose this trade, I wish I would have moved it to break even. That's how it is. But we got good selling momentum right after that candle, so that's nice. That's good. Got me out of this area. Now it's just still consolidating. This area is having a tough time breaking. But once it does, like once it hits this, we should be good. Should be a solid break. But again, you have this 1 hour swing low and this 30-minute imbalance. That's really going to bring more buyers. So even after we get past this point, it's not smooth sailing. But the candles are looking better. This 1 minute got filled. It created a new one up here, which is nice. So if we need a little bit more sellers, we got some here. Oh, we got some push. God, keep going. Push is harder. There's a 1 minute. I'm going to shrink this zone actually. This is a real resistance zone here. So you got two swings. 1, 2, 2 swing lows. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wicks in this area. So right around 58.80. A lot of resistance. I don't know why. Just happens to be that way. No imbalances or anything, but okay, we got another 1 minute imbalance. So that tells us a few things, a couple things, I guess. Price only creates imbalances when there's momentum, so that's a good sign. We got momentum. And then if there's any retracements, we have areas where there's more sellers here, and it allows price to healthily retrace. So I'm okay with these little imbalances. They're far enough away from my stop, no issue. This leg of price here, which technically did now make a new swing low, looks to be retracing, and so a healthy normal retrace between the 50% 618 is right here, which looks like it's about to hit. So, and technically with this 1 minute close, yeah, it's the deepest in this area it's been yet, so that's a good sign. I'm trying to be as positive as I can as I'm in this trade, you know. Trying to look for all the good signs, but realistically we're just consolidating now in this area, so like anything can happen. But yeah, so we had this nice push down, and now it's just fully coming back. Filled those imbalances, didn't even struggle at all. That sucks. Man, just this huge area of resistance. No idea why. But also, okay, technically, our safety net here is still in place because this didn't fill. So this imbalance is still valid. So like there's a chance that if this comes higher, Just has to come a tiniest bit higher, fill this imbalance, and that'll be enough sellers to move this back downwards. So hopefully that's what it does if it decides it wants to keep going up. Man, there's heavy consolidation here. This whole area. I'm going to delete this one. This is our new one here. A little bit lower, which is nice. Further away from my stop. Might be one of those trades where it's just going to consolidate for a while. Maybe another hour or two. I do have to go in about another hour or so, so hopefully this breaks lower before then, and then I can get away from my computer and just watch it mobilely. But I'm gonna need another coffee right away. Yeah, right now. Delete this alert. Okay, we got some sellers coming in. Nice, nice. I don't know. I mean, the way structure is right now, I'm not really like, I'm not really comfortable, I guess, with any, I don't even know how to say it. So like, even after price breaks this area, I'm not going to be, I'm still going to be concerned because there's this 1 hour imbalance, this 1 hour swing low that's going to act as resistance. There's this 30-minute imbalance. There's this massive 8-hour imbalance. There's a 15 here. So like this trade for a while is going to have, it's not going to be smooth sailing. There's going to be issues. We'll just move this right to the 1 for 10 right now because I'd be happy with a 1 to 10 today. I'd still be very profitable for the week if I close a 1 to 10. So, but there's just, yeah, there's going to be, this is going to be a grind, boys. So I'm going to go grab another coffee. Hopefully when I come back, she's broken this area. Be right back. Coffee. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Okay, we're back. Got my coffee. You can see price is continuing to go up a little bit. It's still overall consolidating in this area, but unfortunately, we do have higher high, higher low structure, which is bullish. We have now a 1 minute imbalance, a buyer imbalance, which sucks. But I mean, we're still just consolidating. We still have our safety nets. We have this 5 minute imbalance, and then we have this kind of 1 minute resistance area. So a couple things still favoring us here. If we go back to the 5 minute, I mean, it really is just consolidating, but heavy buying resistance here, or just seller resistance here. So, but I mean, it doesn't look like it's super bullish or anything, right? So it's not shifting structure heavy to the bull side, so like we're still good, but it's just a grind. We've been in this trade since 7:45, so almost 45 minutes with nothing. So when did we officially enter this trade? Timer. We entered officially right here at 7:45, yeah. So nothing exciting so far during this trade, but I'm okay if it's not eventful, as long as I don't lose it. So far we got 11 views on the stream. That's the highest we've ever had. Awesome. I'm not just talking to myself for most of it. But I also don't mind that. Heavy console. Let's see how these bigger candles look. So we got this 30-minute candle. It's going to close in a minute from now. Pretty just indecisive. So I guess I would take indecisive over decisive and bullish. So 15-minute candle, about to close in a minute, bullish but pretty weak overall. As I say that, it starts pushing up higher. Yeah, still it's consolidating. I mean, I have no intentions on moving my stop to break even or anything like that, so if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. And I'd still look for another position depending on what time it is. If price just comes up and rejects that zone up there, then and then starts to sell off again and gives me lows that I can break, then I'd consider another entry. But ideally that doesn't happen. Ideally it doesn't stop me out, and I don't have to, it doesn't want to retest this area again. But my only real concern overall right now is because this has more room in the week. So it's moved 240 something. Let's see, let it load. There's an alert here too. This is important. It's moved 242, and on average it moves 295. That 295 will go up a little bit to about 310. So it still has room on the week to go, which is kind of concerning. It never broke this swing low. It tested it, but it never broke it. It's got a lot of resistance so far that's created up here. So like we got good signs, we got a couple bad signs. I mean, I said it before, this was an aggressive entry, but the risk to reward's good, and there was other confluences that made me want to take it. These multiple tests of structure here, so it was aggressive, but still appropriate. So, but you can see it's retesting this area. Might want to push up a little bit higher. We do have this 5-minute imbalance, so again, it's still really just consolidating. So unfortunately, it's consolidating right around my entry, and I have a tight stop, so I'd like it better if it consolidated down here. But we don't always get what we want, especially after you enter the trade. It's one thing it took me years and years and years to figure out, was that you have no control over the market. You have control when you enter it and when you exit. If you don't set a stop, the market will set one for you, and you don't want that. So yeah, you set your entry based on your logic, you set your stop based on your logic, and then you just let it play out, which is what we're doing now as it decides to push up. I would hate for this to, and it takes a toll on your psychology, because if I get stopped out here, you're like, well, I took a loss. I took 3 losses early on in the week, so it's a losing week. Do I want to add to that losing week? Potentially make it even worse. But at the same time, if this just comes up, retest this, then decides it wants to start selling off, then you miss out on a 1 to 20, 1 to 30. You took a few losses at the start. So okay, so we've officially filled this imbalance. Let me just check my broker. Yeah, we're still good. We're still in it. So we got our safety net has been hit, which could favor us because there's sellers in here. So like this might be hopefully the high now. Okay, so far so good. Okay, nice, selling off. So like not only did it hit our safety net, but it might be a good thing because that's a deeper retracement, and we needed more sellers, right? We needed sellers, this 5-minute imbalance. We needed those sellers because clearly we couldn't break down here. So as much as it sucks that price had to come deeper into our stop, it might actually benefit us. Hopefully, hopefully this is a good thing. It's hitting it gently, not blowing through my stop. It's retesting this 1-minute swing high. So far so good. Upon hitting this little 1-minute zone here, why do I have so many things here? Oh, one's the extension. Oh, I don't know what that one was. Just a smaller one, but so you can see it's hitting this area again, right? Resistance, broke. Now is resisting to the upside here, and now selling off. So like this looks pretty good. Knock on wood, but my desk is wood. Hopefully this is the end of the bull cycle upwards. Hopefully it just needed this 5-minute imbalance to get filled, to grab some sellers, to break this little area here. Looking good, boys. Okay, we're good. Keep going. We got a 1-minute imbalance here, which now filled, so have some grace. It's getting bought up again a little bit, no problem, but next couple candles should smash through this. We have a new 1-minute swing or 1-minute imbalance here, which is good because again that tells us that there's momentum to the downside, and if we need more sellers, we got a couple here. Granted, it's only 1 minute, but that's okay. It's also below my my entry, so that's cool, and it gives room for price to retrace, right? You want to always give, or you want to be okay with price retracing because it's natural. So even right now, so filled that imbalance between the 50% 618. This is technically a higher high and now a lower low. So like this is a new price leg. So the fact that it just retraced 50% is actually a good thing, as long as it doesn't keep going up. But price needs to retrace. So in order for this to go lower, sometimes it has to retrace, go a little bit higher first. not higher than this point, but 50% here. So it's back into its consolidation area here. Struggling with this 1 minute imbalance, but filled it nonetheless. Filled this little guy up here. Got 5 minute, really resisting this zone here. Filled this imbalance. I'm going to leave this highlighted. We got 3 minutes left on this 5 minute candle. Hopefully it closes below this zone. Man, what a grind. Yeah, so our next leg of price is down here. So as long as we get a break of this zone, we should be good to go right down to here. But ton of imbalance in here, so it's probably going to be a grind all session. Oh. My laptop kicked in. Just waiting this out. Let's see how the other candles are looking. Not much, eh? So as of right now, this kind of sucks because technically I have a higher high, higher low. Hopefully we don't need another higher high because that will stop me out. So you can see from here to here to here to here to here to here to here. So we do have some bull structure within this overall consolidation during the session, but yeah, not horrible, not great. Just have to bear through it. Let's check out these other pairs. Well, we got a little bit of time here. Aussie CAD still struggling with this little area, these 1 hour swing lows. So I haven't missed anything on that. Dollar yen consolidating now after it hit this imbalance. Aussie yen looks like it's this 1 hour candle here, very weak in comparison to this one as it hits this imbalance. So I do think this is going to retrace today. Gold seems like it's consolidating now. Has not moved much yet this morning. Still deep in these imbalances here. Still within this 4 hour one. So would be curious on gold. I'm going to set an alert when price breaks. I don't know why my alerts aren't popping up. Hit it this way. So when price breaks a swing high, once per bar, let me know, because then I know gold's coming back up. So we're gonna watch that a little bit. Gold's gonna be my second. I'm gonna move the gold up here actually. No intentions on taking a gold trade this morning, but I'll keep it in mind. Man, it's just, yeah, this is just still consolidating, which consolidation is better than losing. So, and consolidation is actually a confirmation that price is shifting structure. So Again, this was very bullish here. So the fact that it's consolidating, consolidation is the in between going bearish and shifting structure. So as long as I can just remain in this, as long as it doesn't want to retest this area again and extend this consolidation phase, then we're good. I just have to manage this trade while it consolidates, while it shifts structure, where it gathers sellers and liquidates the buyers. Just have to wait for all of that. See, now you even have the 1 minute consolidating. So like here, just heavy consolidation. Created this swing low, tested it, came back up. So we have 1 minute consolidation. We have 5 minute consolidation. We might end up with 15-minute and 30-minute consolidation in this area. Like I said, this could be a grind, an absolute grind between this 1 hour swing low and this 30-minute imbalance. So we could get a ton of price. This could be all session. It could be like till here before it breaks. It could be Asia session before this breaks. Hopefully it's not. I'm hoping it's not. If we look here on our clocks, you can see London's got about another hour and 15 before it's fully closed. So if London is bullish, but no, London didn't even move this. So if London liquidates their buying positions, it would bring this down. But that's probably not going to happen because it's close to the end of session and they didn't even move it. So we got LA opening the next, well, it's like a pre-open at 8. Technically real open is like 9 is when most of the banks open, but we'll say pre-open is at 8. So we got about 17 minutes till we get some more volume in the market. So hopefully LA, California early, because you have Los Angeles and San Francisco, and California overall as a state has a $4 trillion GDP. So that is bigger than most countries by a lot. So could be a good influx of volume once they come in, and if they decide they want to sell this, that would be great because that would help me out. That would really move this. So hopefully that's the plan. In the next 15 minutes, this starts to move downwards as California wakes up. But until then, we just got to pray and grind it out through here. But let's just think really optimistically here. Once price, let's just say theoretically, price breaks this swing low, we're great. It comes down to this 8 hour, pulls back up a little bit, retests this area and heads down. Let's just say I've taken the perfect entry and I've managed, this is the high for the week and now it's going to retrace. Where is an area where I don't have to worry? I think this whole thing is, yeah, I mean, you have this 1 hour imbalance, which is really small. I mean, after this 8 hour imbalance, nothing really to worry about here. So it's really just today. This is the daily range. So like I said, let's say I nailed this entry perfect and this continues down the whole day. For the most part, I mean, it might continue down, pull up a little bit, and then pull back down more. But today will be the rough day. Thursday, Friday should be smooth sailing. Today might be a dump day. Thursday's a dump day, and then Friday, if price comes down to this gap, might be a buy day again, depending on how much this moves. Because like if you're averaging, say, 110 points a day, let's say that's today's movement, price pulls back a little bit to an area here. So like this is Wednesday today, this is Thursday's movement, puts us down to here, hits this 1 hour imbalance, fills this gap a little bit, let's say. Then your next day, Friday, would be a buy day, and it would pull you back up here. So you can see it playing out like that. I mean, that would be massive for my trade, so I'd be okay with that for sure. So that's super, super possible. Man, whoever watches this stream later, like, absolute gold for them. This is like the best premium advice I could give for trading after a decade of experience. It's like the full analysis. Okay, so still consolidating, but did officially break this structure, this 1 minute structure, which is not significant, but still in the right direction. Broke it with this candle, and I was retesting it. So we do have a mini 1 minute area of resistance right here that we need to break. No imbalance is forming, so the fact there's no imbalances forming, that's, I mean, it's not great, because if there was seller imbalances, that would mean we'd have momentum to the downside, so I'd be happier with that. But you know, it's just really, it's consolidation phase, but it is healthy price action in the sense that it's not creating a lot of imbalances. So every time price moves, it fills it, moves, fills it, moves, fills it. So it's very legitimate price action. Because if price starts moving heavily, it creates imbalances. Imbalances need to be filled, and that kind of hinders your trade. So basically, as this consolidates, if it just fills all its imbalances and then breaks structure downside here, I don't have to worry about price coming back in here because there's no imbalances, because it's consolidated heavily and filled. You know, everyone that bought, and everyone that wanted to buy, bought, and everyone that wanted to sell, sold, right? That's what it confirms. Oops. If we just have heavy consolidation in this area, so which we're getting. So as long as we can break these 2 points here, you know, break this 1 hour swing low. Today's going to be a rough day, this session. I mean, it's going to have to break through all these imbalances this session, but if it does that, I mean, A, we'll be up our 1 to 10, and then B, Thursday, Friday might be smooth sailing, especially Friday, because, I mean, these 15-minute imbalances aren't as concerning. Like this one's pretty small. The 15s aren't as concerning, but this 8 hour is for sure. And then these this 1 hour, how big are these? Yeah, this is a big 1 hour. So those are the real imbalances we have to overcome. So pushing up again, but we do have, since making this high here, we do have, as I say this, it's pushing up, but we do have bear structure setting back in. So you got your swing high here, low, lower high, lower low. So consolidation overall, but 1 minute is switching bearish, so it's a good sign. Just try to be as positive and analytical as I can be through this trade. Chair squeaky. Let's see, we're an hour and 47 into this stream. Okay, so price is pushing up a little bit more again. creating buyer imbalances, which sucks. We really need California to open the next 9 minutes and provide some selling momentum. Hopefully all the investment bankers sit down at their computers and say, wow, this is overbought and we're already up a lot, so we're going to sell it. Hopefully that's what they decide when they sit down in the next 9 minutes. Check back on gold quick, a little bit more interesting. Seems to be consolidating good. Move this a little higher, might not actually go lower. Oops. Shrink this a little bit here. Perfect. So on this, I bet you if I set a trade for this, it would be a good winning trade. But I'm already in the S&P. S&P is my focus. But for anyone that sees this, this is beautiful. So price comes down, does its daily move and its weekly move already, hits all these imbalances, starts getting bought up. Sellers are liquidating their position, buyers are adding to their position in this area. Price comes up, 5 minute swing high, pulls back, 5 minute swing low, which is higher than this one. So upon breaking this, we would be good to go to enter a buy. Now again, it's still in these imbalances. It could still consolidate. It could break this swing low, retest this one, could hit this 1 hour imbalance, right? So a lot could still happen in this area, but you can see the bull structure setting in. So it might not be solid yet, but you can see it setting in. It's already kind of created itself, so that's a good sign. This could also be creating a new 5 minute swing high, which is lower than this one, but upon entry would be something like this, which could give us an even better position to enter. Okay, we're going to leave this like this for now. I'm going to watch it closely. Okay, this is not good. S&P 500 is pushing up. We're still in it though. The cool thing is we get really good spreads with the indexes, so get good spreads with gold too. I think my spread with gold is like 30 cents, so 1, 2, 3. Just really testing this area again. I mean, our true stop here, I think we have about an 80 or a 0.8 stop. So like our true stop here, I'm just going to mark this. True stop is 5894.4. So as long as price doesn't come up to here, we're good. Still consolidating, man. This is a good sign. So this 30-minute candle, which is about to close in the next 4 minutes, as long as it doesn't do anything drastic here. Big wicks here, but also a very weak candle. So wicks, as much as they create resistance, they also create the potential for them to fill. So it's this 30-minute candle as of right now is not horrible. This 15 one is kind of very bullish, but Oh man, yeah, I'm just consolidating. Let's see, this might be a new 30-minute swing low here. We got obviously 4 more candles that have to close. That's 2 hours, so this will be a while before this closes. Again, this 30-minute candle is looking okay so far. Very indecisive. Hasn't closed yet, but is printing somewhat of a doji. 15-minute candle is gross. Don't want to look at that anymore. Yeah, here we're just going to mark this. Let's see, S&P 500. I want to see what my true spread is. I think it's about 0.8, but it floats obviously, but it's right around 0.8. S&P 500. 0.8, yeah. Okay. Got some bears coming in at this area again. It's still respecting this resistance zone, so I'm happy about that. We got California about to come in here next little bit. So good sign, as long as they decide to sell. If they decide to buy, I'm super screwed, but yeah. You got to go in like the next 15 minutes though, so we'll just have to see how this plays out. I should decide now if I'm going to be, yeah, okay, I'm deciding right now that if I get stopped out, I'm going to look for another position to the downside. Especially if, so what we can do theoretically, if I get stopped out here, let's say price stops me out, comes up, tests this area, this session, doesn't break it during New York. During Asia, early on in Asia, I could potentially look for a break of structure on the 15-minute, which would be like right here as of right now, but by then probably create a little bit higher one. So a 15-minute break of structure. This would be a new 30-minute, so my new entry could be like down here, which would be more conservative. Price came back up, retested this area, came back down, broke my swing low, then entered. Would be really good. I mean, it is out of session. It's Asia session, not New York, so I don't like that. But if New York closes and doesn't really break any higher than that, then it looks like this bullish trend is coming to an end, at least temporary, right? And you got this huge gap that wants to be filled, most likely by the end of the week. So there's still so much potential, even if I get stopped out, as long as structure looks okay, right? And doesn't break above this area, it still appears to be consolidating. And then it's worth another entry to possibly hit that 1 to 20, 1 to 25. So yeah, it just depends on if I get stopped out and if I get my another entry. So I do think we'll be profitable this week, no matter what, based on this setup on the S&P 500 and gold. Gold consolidating right here in these heavy buy zones. So that's the thing. If I was a swing trader, man, I think I would be phenomenal, but it just doesn't really suit my personality. Maybe I should start swing trading. Let's have bigger stops, less precise entries, but more wins. Okay, so far, so good. Price retested this area once again, never made a new high, started selling off. Oops. So happy about that. I don't know why I put a 1 hour. I think this was a 1 minute. I don't know why it says 1 hour. Yeah, that was supposed to be 1 minute, not 1 hour. Filling though, still have this previous 1 minute imbalance. That's officially getting filled again now here fully. So we have a higher swing, or sorry, a lower swing high on this 1 minute structure. So that's a good sign. So between the S&P 500 and gold, we should definitely get our 1 to 10 this week. At least 1 to 10. And sometimes, so the S&P 500 and gold are, for the most part, most times, are inversely correlated, meaning when the S&P 500 goes up, gold goes down, which it's done this week, and then this should switch, right? So gold should start pulling up for the rest of the week, getting bought up, and the S&P 500 comes down. So do think my analysis is spot on. Okay, so far so good. 902, California's coming in. Exactly what I said. So as long as they decide to sell this and not buy it. So far so good. I'm happy with this first 5-minute candle of the session. It's kind of pre-California session here. We got some 5-minute and 1-minute rejection areas here that we have to overcome. We have a 1-minute imbalance here. That's function as a tiny bit of a safety net for us. We do not want to rely on that though. Okay, so price coming down, testing this area. Broke it. Okay, cool. Looks like we do have some selling momentum coming back into the market. New York's open didn't do it, but California seems to be so far. So no complaints from me right now. Just have to let this play out. We need a little bit more. I'd really like to in the next little bit here before I go, if this would break through here a bit, then I can move my stop to break even. Because I think now that price has tested this area so many times since we've entered, like 1, 2, 3 times, if it comes back up a fourth, I'm probably getting stopped out. So, and either it's just retest, either if I get stopped out, if price comes up, it's either just going to retest this area again before heading down, or it's just going to finish bullish for the week. So either way, I don't want any part of that. So I think even as of right now, I should probably just, oh yeah, perfect, man. Look at this. Oh yeah. Man, what did I say? Nobody's even on this stream. Everyone's missing this. Absolute gold. So we smoked this area. Perfect. Smoked this one now. Perfect. Retesting this 1 hour imbalance, or 1 hour, this 1 hour, so I can't even, losing my words here. This 1 hour swing low. Already broken lower. Oh, price is just taken off. Okay, this is exactly what I said, man. This is what I was hoping for in the next 10 minutes. I didn't actually think it would happen, but okay, I'm going to move my stop loss to break even as of right now. 5890.2. Technically, I got in at 5890.17. My broker. So our stop is moved to break even. I'll just put that in here. Stop loss set to break even. This is looking really good so far. I'm really glad we got some volume come into the market for California here. We got lots of 1 minute imbalances setting up here. So those will function as retracement points for us to grab more sellers if we need on our way down. We're approaching this 27.2 extension. So that's really good. So we're probably going to get a retracement pretty quick here between this 27.2 and this 8-hour imbalance. And if we look at, and I can't believe I'm just giving gold out like this. It's awesome. No one's even here to see this yet. As far as 1 hour candles go, this is already overextended. Right, they usually move about 15 points. This one's already at 8, so it makes sense if in the next 55 minutes, if price comes down and hits this 8-hour imbalance, it's probably going to get retraced back up. So, so we got this new leg of price. I'm going to delete this for now. We'll keep it in mind. So, but just to recap here, you can see price came down. We got our 618, or between the 50% 618 retracement here. Perfect. Sold off, made a lower low. So our bear structure is confirmed now. Hopefully it stays. Price is hitting this 30-minute imbalance, just like and struggling, getting bought up a little bit, like I said it would happen. Totally okay with that so far. We're going to get some retracement in here. That's okay as well. This is our retracement here. So this 1 minute imbalance here is bang on with our between our 50% and 618 retracement. So it went up to catch the imbalance up there and then went down. Great analysis. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It did take 3 tries, and it did retest this rejection zone, so that's good. And that's why I moved my stop to break even now, because now if it hits at a 4th, it's probably just breaking bullish, right? So, so we have this lower low here now set. Now if this decides to retrace, we have this 1 minute imbalance here, right in between this 50% 618. So super healthy if price comes up and fills this imbalance, completes this this retracement here, and then heads down even further. So as far as structure stands right now, I'm super happy with it. I'm super content. I do have to go soon in the next 10-ish or so minutes, but I'll watch this from my phone. But as of right now, I'm happy walking away from my computer. This looks good. We got our, it broke its consolidation to the downside. We had good momentum come in right at 9 a.m. here. So, and break lower. So there's sellers in the market. Hopefully they continue. Price is just pulling back again a little bit right now. I'm okay with that. This moved quite a bit. I mean, even if you just look at this 15-minute candle, it moved 18 points, and on average they move 15, so, or it moves 11. So, and again, hit this this 30-minute imbalance. So draw right here. This is a big 30-minute imbalance. So if you go back earlier in this stream, I talked about all the issues this is going to have as it breaks down through here. There's a lot of buyers here and here, so it's not going to be smooth sailing through here, much as I'd like it to be. It's not. So, but anyways, this 15-minute candle has already moved 18 points to the downside, and it on average it moves 11. So it's already overextended, but and testing this 1 hour swing low, which is good. But it makes sense that this is pulling back now, so I'm not concerned about that. That's still healthy price action. This can come all the way back up to here, and that's okay. As long as it does it slowly, hopefully it doesn't hammer these two. My stop is set to break even now, so I mean, I'm not worried about losing on this trade, but at the same time, I don't want it to come up, retest this area a 4th time, and then head lower and stop me out. It would suck. But so as long as it comes through this area gracefully, ideally just hits this 1 minute imbalance and then doesn't go any higher. We have a bit of a rejection area here. Let's see, price tested, came back up, broke it, came back up, tested, up higher, tested, finally broke here. As of right now, is rejecting this area, so happy about that. Hopefully that continues. It's seems to be rejecting right at this 50% retracement, so that's super healthy. I did expect this retracement to come in pretty strong here, just based on how heavy this moved and how quickly, and then the fact that it moved this quickly and heavy into this 30-minute imbalance here, right? So there's a shit ton of buyers in here, so it makes sense that as soon as price came in, it got bought up. So we're getting our selling momentum back in right at this 50% retracement in this rejection area. So far this looks really good, guys. This is really textbook gold trading that I'm giving away for free. Not like those gurus all over YouTube selling you a dream. Marketing, flashy shit. This is just straight up technical analysis, in the trenches trading. Going through the emotions. Hate those fake gurus. Yeah, they really destroy a lot of things. And I mean, I've never bought a course or anything, but I feel bad for the people that do. They spend a lot of money and just time not learning anything and putting their faith in these people that don't actually truly provide them any long-term value. I mean, they maybe provide them hopes and dreams, but there's no fulfillment on the end of it. But you know, and then the reality is if like you wouldn't spend hundreds and hundreds, you know, millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars on marketing videos if you were actually able to trade properly, right? Like you just wouldn't do it. You wouldn't spend that time, energy, money, all those resources into things, right? I think the best traders in the world are people you've never heard of, because at the top of all luxury in life is to be private and anonymous. So you see these YouTuber guys that they spend more money on marketing and security than anything else. So like, yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that's not the life I want to live. And if I can make millions of dollars trading, I'm not spending millions of dollars on marketing videos. So having all these kids come up to me in public and, I don't know, take pictures of me and shit, that is not something I would want. So I'd much rather just do it legitimately, be in front of the charts, trading it out, you know. I got scammed once and then I was lucky and found great guys. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, it's not, no shame on you, man. I get it. Like, you want to learn, you know, you trust these people. The thing is, if you have good intentions, you think everyone else does, but they don't. So it's just kind of the reality, right? The good people are naive and they get scammed by the malicious people. That's just how it works with everything. So, you know, and I think Forex trading really provides a ability to, you know, for anyone to financially change their life, right? So I think it's really sought after. I think it's really, like, it makes sense. If I was born in a third world country, my ticket out of it would be to learn this skill, obviously. So you would look to anyone that you thought would provide value and opportunity for you to get out of that. So makes sense, man. No shame on the people that get sold a dream or whatever, but the reality is like, you know, how do you tell if someone's a fake guru? It's like, well, what do they spend their time and money doing? So it's just you know, in trading is the most difficult way to make easy money. So it if someone hasn't spent 5 plus, like, this is just my opinion obviously, but if someone hasn't spent 5 years straight learning it, like actually learning it, they're not going to be able to teach it. So, and they just wouldn't, because it's, I mean, trading, just like anything else, like it's a skill, but it's, I mean, if you look at like coaching and stuff and mentors, you know, Tiger Woods is a really good golfer, but like him teaching me how to golf, like some pointers would be good. I'm sure he'd give good pointers, but like just because Tiger Woods coaches me on golf does not mean I'm going to be a great golfer. Like it's just, it's not like it's, there's people that can teach and there's people that can do, and generally they're not the same. So yeah, I'm not a good teacher. I'm just talking shit as I'm going through the charts here, but I'm not trying to teach anyone. I don't talk about money and like what you should risk and your psychology and your circumstances. I don't talk about any of that. I just talk about straight technical analysis as I'm in it. Because I'm literally in front of the charts doing it anyway. So but I'm not trying to teach anyone. If you learn something, great. But you probably could learn a lot by watching this stream, but it's not my primary source of income, is teaching people what I can't do. So far it's completed this 618 retracement, so that's good. Still healthy price action, filling this 1 minute imbalance, which is quite big. So at least I did learn after that experience, and now I do not trust easy money gurus. Yeah, no, that's, I mean, I'm sure you can learn something from everyone, but yeah, I just would not rely on anyone with fucking face tattoos or neck tattoos or, you know, giving me trading advice. I got lucky because I did learn from one guy who's teaching macros and did learn how to understand the news. And in that group, I met really genuine people who taught me the way I trade. Yeah, that's perfect, right? Like there's genuine people that want to help and teach, but they're not trying to sell you anything, right? Like I'm not trying to sell you $1,000 course, right? Like just watch this stream, and if you learn, great. If you don't, great. If you find someone else you like their trading style better and you think it'd be more beneficial for you to watch them. But like this channel, because even though I trade in a different way, I like to learn more. And imbalances are really awesome. True. And I mean, there's always things you can pick up later on that might not make sense now, but they make sense later. And just pure technical things like imbalances are just massive. When I started using imbalances, man, so there's two things: imbalances and waiting for an actual shift of structure. So my biggest problem with trading for years was my ego, and I was an absolute scumbag. And so what would happen is price would come up like this, and I'd be like, oh, it's got to sell off, and I would have tried to sell like all of this because I'm just like, it can't move up this much. So like when everyone's buying it, I want to sell, which is like kind of true, but you know, you don't want to get stuck holding the bag at the top here. But at the same time, like if you try to catch a shooting star, you get burned. If you try to catch a falling knife, you get burned. So, you know, I would try to short this entire thing and just get destroyed. But now, if you let price just kind of come up or down or whatever, create its structure points, right? Higher time frames are easier. But like I can see that this is printed a swing high, and I can see that it's printed a swing low. And so like I can see that when price breaks this structure point, this swing low, it's probably going bearish. So like I'm not selling this until I get this structure, right? I wouldn't sell it here. I'd sell it here, right? Once I get the actual structure established. And then you're like, well, where do I target? Well, that's your imbalances, right? And that's your daily ranges, your weekly ranges. You come up with a take profit of like, you know, 100 points, let's say, or 100 pips or whatever. And it's like, well, why? But like me having a daily, like for this trade, for example, targeting 50 points, I know on average this moves 110. So like this 50 points that I'm targeting this session today is very, very valid, very reasonable. So like this is within range to close today. It's not just like a mythical, like I hope this just comes down and closes this much. It's like, well, how much does this actually normally move? So this is within the daily movement, right? This entire trade setup is literally just price retracing and filling this imbalance. So like this whole trade as it plays out is very just logical. And then yeah, patience is key. It really is. So I wouldn't, I mean, trading can be your primary source of income once you're really established, but I think that's where a lot of people get, oh, what the fuck, I got stopped out. This doesn't even show anything. What? Oh, yeah, I got stopped out at break even. I was like, what? It didn't go through my stop. Um, yeah, so I got stopped out at right here, right, man, just. So, yeah, so this just pulled up more. But like I was saying, so I'm out of this trade now. Like I was saying, trading shouldn't, especially at the start, man, should not be like, if you're like, I need to come up with $500 to pay my rent, and you're trying to like learn how to trade to make that $500 to pay your rent. Yeah, don't do that. Your rent is not going to get paid. You're going to have no money, and you're going to be really hurt. Or if you spend your last $1,000 on a guy's course instead of just taking that $1,000, risking 1% per trade and learning from it, I mean, you'd be much better off doing that way. But so I'm out of this trade. You can see we got, for whatever reason, well, I know the reason actually. So like I said, ton of buyers in this area. So as soon as price came into it, it got bought up. So yeah, but that I knew that risk with my entry. But again, I moved this to break even because I said if price comes back up to this area a fourth time, granted it hasn't hit this area yet, it stopped me out right here, like literally right at my spread. My spread would have been at 0.4 and it hit 0.45. So but I do think this, yeah, it's about to hit this area. So if it hits a fourth time, delete this because that's not my stop anymore. If it hits us a fourth time, it's probably breaking higher. It either wants to test this session and then get ready to sell off for Asia, or it just goes really bullish and completes this entire weekly movement because it does have room on the week. I said that earlier in the stream. So two possibilities, but I am out of this trade. I do have to go right now. But I'm going to set some alerts to see if I want to get back in on this. I like that this has created a new low here, and it's technically filled this imbalance. Not entirely, but enough because it's touched it. So now if it comes down this low, if it comes down to this price again, I don't have to worry about this imbalance. I have to worry about this one, which is massive and right below my entry, potentially. But it's not a horrible position. So what we're gonna do is, and this 1 hour, so it retested this 1 hour swing low, did not break it. Heavy buyers in here. Probably just retest this area again. So still looking to sell this, no time soon. This is where the patience really comes in. See, like I talked about, where I would just like try to just sell it right away because I think it can't go any higher, which is the most ignorant thing. This could go up forever. This could go to 10,000, right? Like just because it's never happened before doesn't mean it can't happen. So like this could just keep going straight up and never pull back. You don't know. You don't know. Just because it's never happened before doesn't mean it can't happen. It's all a game of probability. But so this came in, ton of buyers in here. So now we got structure completely shifted again. It went from consolidation, broke the consolidation, hit these buyers, got bought up. Now it's bullish, right? Came up, swing high, came down, swing low, broke this swing high. So my analysis for this was as correct as it possibly could be. So retesting this a fourth time, it probably will just keep going, right? Especially because California entered the market, drove price down to where all the buyers are, bought it up, right? So, I mean, there's a ton of buying momentum now in this. So I don't want to be any part of that. We'll let this go as high as it wants to go, and then I'll look to sell it maybe at Asia session in like 6 hours, 8 hours, and then potentially, or I'll just wait till New York. It shouldn't move. Like ideally, if it decides to sell off during Asia and London session, London might move it quite a bit, but Asia session shouldn't move it that much. So yeah, hopefully, price takes its time retesting this and somewhat consolidates during London, well, Asia and London, and then for New York, it's ready to go. I can sell it New York session tomorrow. So that'd be ideal. But we're gonna set some alerts. So when price, because this is gonna create a 15-minute swing low. So when price, oh man, I don't know why this does this. Edit this alert. When price creates, or when price breaks, when price crosses this 15-minute swing low, it's going to be here once this forms. And then I want to enter the trade because that tells me that consolidation's over. It's broken lower and lower. It's ideally closed below this 1 hour or this 1 hour swing low. So that proves that my structure's really shifted. So overall, good trade. Break even, which is not the worst outcome, especially because we held through it through all of this. And I knew it was going to happen. I knew there'd be a consolidation phase. I knew there was heavy buyers in this area. I did not expect this just to go down. At our peak, we would have hit a 1 to 3.69. So it's not like I was at like a 1 to 8 and then it reversed on me and I gave it all back. So really happy with my trading performance. So this is what proper trading looks like. It's not that exciting. It's not flashy. It's not like it's boring. It's stressful. It's it's not overly stressful because just with experience, right? And I didn't risk a lot here. I didn't risk my rent payment here. So even if I would have got stopped out, it's no big deal. But it's the psychology of playing through here and then understanding that there's a lot of buyers in here. So there's a good chance that it comes back up. And if it hits this a fourth time, it's probably just going to go higher. So after the third strike, after this 5-minute imbalance right here, this 5-minute imbalance, you can see almost filled again. There's no safety net after this 5-minute imbalance. So for my trade, so like if it goes any higher than this, it's going through here. So it made sense that after price got down to here, it's to move to break even. Because best case scenario, price would have just kept going. Well, it probably would have grinded through these imbalances, or it's just going to keep going up now, right? And retest this area or go bullish for the day. So all those things considered, I wanted to be out of this trade. And now look at this. Look how beautiful this is. I mean, my trade didn't play out, so that part's not beautiful, but my trade management, my psychology was spot on, right? You can see, it resisted this area, but then boom, right? And this big ass 15-minute candle here. If it wants to keep getting bought up, it can get bought up. I'll sell it later. No problem. So appreciate you joining the stream. I'm glad you're not falling for no scammers anymore. Just do your own analysis. The only person you can really trust in this world is yourself, like 100%. Everyone else, even your parents, best friend, whatever, is like at best 99%. It's not 100. Only you're 100. So, and once you develop the skill set, no one can take it away. But it takes time, man. Anything worthwhile in life takes time. And this is like, trading is you versus you. And I think for the first few years, I was really, the market this or, the news, like you start blaming everything else, but no one made me take this trade. No one made me move it to break even. Like I did all of this, right? So you managing your psychology and your emotions through the trade, you being disciplined with your entries, having good risk to reward, all those things, it's all on you. So you can't blame anything else. You just have to take the time, man, and it takes time. Like it's price can only go up. It can only go up or it can only go down. It can only go. So anytime you enter a trade, you have a 50-50 chance, right? It could go up or down. But managing that trade once you enter, man, like that's where the trading really begins. And I think another aspect of trading that people don't think about is you develop biases constantly. You do it throughout life, but again, trading is just you versus you. It's very independent. You're in front of the screen by yourself. You have no one to talk to, so it's just you versus you all day. But once you enter a trade, that's what you have to deal with this whole time. And so but you develop biases based on previous um, previous outcomes, I guess. So, like for example, there's trades I've taken this exact same trade and I've hit 1 to 10. Like it just blows through. You know, I didn't think that would happen with this trade because given all these imbalances that had to be filled, but like this could have just, you know, I could have entered, no drawdown, just boom, straight to 1 to 10, easy day. You know, I'm out by 9 a.m., like just gravy. I've had those days. And then because of those days, you think you can't lose, or you think this next trade is going to play out just like that, or it should, right? And it doesn't. It does the opposite. So you got to be really cautious of that, that you don't form biases, that every trade is a new trade, right? Even though the setup looks the same, right? And your analysis is the same, your entries, right? Your entire playbook is the same, but that doesn't mean the trade's going to play out the same, not even close. So, I mean, Trump could make a tweet right now and this goes sky high or dumps. Like, I can't control any of that. So, the idea of like, well, you know, this setup is like this, so it has to go down. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to do shit, especially because you think and say it does. It does not. So, but that's my little rant. Appreciate you joining. Um, yeah, this stream I think was the most successful. We got 15 views already, so hopefully other people watch this. It's 2.5 hours of absolute gold. But yeah, so break even. We still have our 3 small losses trading dollar yen on Monday, but I do think by Friday we'll make it all back between the S&P 500 and gold. So like I mentioned, gold and the S&P 500 are for the most part inversely correlated. So when gold decides to come back up, the S&P should go down. So between the two, I should get a nice trade. So appreciate you tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow.